Hi, English learners. Welcome back to my channel, English Power Podcast, your warm place to learn English slowly, clearly, and confidently. Today, we're talking about don't share everything.
And I'm Tom, really happy to be here with you and Zara today, because this topic is something many learners quietly struggle with every day.
Maybe this happened to you before. You start speaking English with someone, then suddenly your mind becomes completely blank and uncomfortable.
Yeah, and maybe you begin talking too much because silence feels scary, awkward, and heavy inside your chest during real conversations with people.
Or maybe you share every detail about your life because you feel nervous and want people to like you quickly and warmly.
Then later, after the conversation ends, you walk home thinking, why did I say all that? And your confidence becomes smaller again.
If this feels familiar, please stay with us today because this lesson is not only about English words or grammar rules.
Today is also about calm communication, smart speaking, emotional balance, and learning how confident people speak without explaining everything to everyone around them.
You know, many English learners think speaking more always means speaking better, but actually, confident communication often sounds simple, relaxed, and carefully controlled.
And sometimes silence is powerful too. A short, calm answer can feel stronger than 10 nervous sentences filled with fear and pressure.
Imagine this situation for a moment. You are inside an elevator at work with new coworkers from another country during your first week.
One coworker smiles politely and asks, "So, how was your weekend?" And suddenly your heart starts beating very fast inside your body.
Then maybe you begin sharing everything, your family problems, your stress, your sleep schedule, your money worries, and even embarrassing personal stories.
Meanwhile, inside your head, another voice quietly says, "Please stop talking now." But your nervousness continues pushing more words outside anyway.
This happens because many learners believe they must always fill silence with information. Otherwise, people may judge their English badly.
But actually, calm speakers know something important. You do not need to share every thought immediately to sound friendly, intelligent, or confident.
Repeat after me slowly. I can speak clearly without sharing everything. Good. Now say it again with a calm and relaxed voice.
I can choose my words carefully, and I can protect my peace during conversations. That sentence feels strong and comforting, honestly.
You know, today we will practice simple English phrases that help you sound natural without talking too much or feeling emotionally exhausted afterward.
And don't worry if your English feels slow right now. This channel is a safe place for mistakes, pauses, learning, and gradual confidence.
Maybe in school people laughed when your English sounded different, or maybe someone interrupted you before you finished speaking completely.
Yeah, those experiences stay inside the heart for a long time, and sometimes they make learners over-explain everything during conversations with strangers.
But today, we will change that feeling together, slowly and gently, because communication is not about proving your value to every person.
Communication is about connection, comfort, respect, and knowing when to speak more and when to stop peacefully without guilt or fear.
Pause for a moment and answer this question quietly inside your mind. Do you sometimes regret sharing too much after conversations end?
If your answer is yes, please know something important right now. You are not strange, weak, or socially broken at all.
Many kind and sensitive people speak too much because they want acceptance, understanding, friendship, and emotional safety from other people around them.
But confident speakers learn balance. They share slowly, listen carefully, and protect their energy while still sounding warm, polite, and natural every day.
Okay, let's practice together now with a small real-life example from a coffee shop conversation between two coworkers after work one evening.
Imagine your coworker asks, "Why do you look tired today?" And maybe your first feeling is explaining every stressful detail from your entire week.
But instead, you can smile softly and say, it was a busy week, but I'm okay now. Thanks for asking kindly.
Wow, notice how simple and peaceful that answer sounds. It feels friendly, natural, and emotionally balanced without becoming too personal too quickly.
Repeat after me slowly. It was a busy week, but I'm okay now. Excellent. Your English can sound calm and confident like this, too.
Another important thing is understanding that silence does not always mean failure during conversations with people in English-speaking environments.
Sometimes a short pause shows confidence because you were thinking carefully instead of speaking quickly from nervous emotional pressure and uncomfortable fear.
Fast speaking is not always strong speaking. Calm speaking often creates deeper trust and better human connection during real conversations.
Imagine walking into school, work, or even a small party next month feeling more peaceful while speaking English naturally with different people around you.
Imagine answering questions simply, smiling comfortably, and no longer feeling pressure to explain your entire life story to strangers or coworkers immediately.
By the end of this episode, you will understand useful speaking habits that help conversations feel lighter, easier, and emotionally healthier every day.
And more importantly, you will begin feeling like someone who can speak English with quiet confidence instead of nervous emotional overload and fear.
So, stay with us, breathe slowly, relax your shoulders a little, and remember something important before we continue this journey together today.
Your voice matters, your story matters, and you never need to share everything just to deserve connection, friendship, respect, or confident English conversations.
Now let's talk about something very important. Why do people share too much during conversations, especially when speaking English with nervous feelings inside?
Yeah, many learners think oversharing happens because of bad communication skills, but actually it usually comes from emotional pressure and deep insecurity.
Sometimes learners feel afraid of silence, so they continue talking quickly because quiet moments feel uncomfortable and emotionally dangerous during conversations with strangers.
And sometimes they worry people may lose interest, judge their English level, or think they're boring if answers stay short and simple.
Maybe this situation feels familiar. Someone asks you one small question, but suddenly your answer becomes a 5-minute emotional explanation without stopping.
Then afterward, you feel tired, embarrassed, and mentally heavy because you shared private feelings with someone you barely even know very well.
But today, we will learn a simple truth together. Good communication is not about saying everything inside your mind immediately and emotionally.
Good communication is about balance, timing, comfort, and choosing information carefully while still sounding warm, respectful, and friendly during conversations with other people.
Repeat after me slowly. I do not need to explain everything. Very good. Now say it with stronger confidence and calm breathing.
I can speak simply, clearly, and comfortably. Honestly, these small sentences can slowly change your communication habits in powerful ways.
Okay, now let's learn the first simple technique today. It is called the short answer with warmth for natural conversations.
This method helps you sound friendly and open without sharing too many personal details too quickly during everyday English speaking situations.
Imagine your coworker asks, "Why are you quiet today?" Maybe your first emotional reaction is explaining stress from your family, money, and poor sleep. But instead, you can answer calmly, I'm just a little tired today, but I'll be okay later. That sounds balanced and natural.
Notice something important here. The answer is not cold, rude, or unfriendly. It simply protects your emotional space in a healthy way.
And actually, confident people often answer like this because they understand boundaries, emotional balance, and peaceful communication during daily social situations. Pause for a moment and practice aloud with us now. Say this slowly. I'm a little tired today, but I'll be okay later.
Excellent. Your voice already sounds calmer and more controlled when you speak with shorter and clearer sentences instead of emotional over-explaining.
Now let's learn another important technique. This one is called answer and return because it keeps conversations balanced between two people.
Many nervous speakers continue talking because they forget conversations should move naturally back and forth, like a calm tennis game between friends.
Imagine somebody asks, "Did you enjoy your weekend?" You can answer simply first, then ask another question politely and naturally afterward.
For example, yeah, actually, my weekend was relaxing. I stayed home mostly. What about your weekend? That feels smooth and comfortable, right?
Notice how this method removes pressure from your shoulders. You are not carrying the whole conversation emotionally by yourself anymore during speaking moments.
And when the other person starts talking too, your brain relaxes more because communication becomes shared instead of emotionally overwhelming and exhausting.
Let's try a small workplace role play together now. Imagine you are meeting a new colleague near the office coffee machine during lunch break.
The coworker smiles kindly and asks, "So, where are you from originally?" Okay, Zara, how would you answer naturally and calmly?
I might say, "I'm from Brazil originally, and honestly, I really miss the food there sometimes. Have you ever visited Brazil before?"
Wow, that answer sounds friendly, interesting, and emotionally balanced without becoming too personal or stressful for the conversation environment around you.
You know, many learners think confidence means speaking more loudly or speaking longer, but true confidence often feels peaceful and emotionally controlled.
Confident speakers understand they can stop talking whenever necessary, and silence does not destroy connection during healthy conversations with respectful people.
Now let's talk about another common problem. Some learners share too much because they fear disappointing people around them socially.
Yeah, maybe someone asks a simple question, and suddenly you feel pressure to give the perfect answer with many details and explanations included.
But actually, most people do not expect perfect answers. They simply want a comfortable and natural interaction during the short moment together.
Repeat after me slowly. Simple English is still good English.
Repeat after me slowly. I can pause before answering. Excellent. Now say, I can choose calm words instead of nervous words.
Hmm, those sentences may sound simple, but they train your brain to feel emotionally safe during future English conversations with real people around you.
Okay, now let's practice one very powerful habit. It is called the 3-second pause before answering questions during conversations with people.
Many nervous learners answer immediately because silence feels dangerous. But confident speakers often pause briefly before speaking clearly and comfortably.
Imagine someone asks, "Why did you leave your last job?" That question can create stress very quickly for many English learners emotionally.
Maybe your heart starts racing, and suddenly you explain every problem, every argument, every frustration, and every emotional detail from your entire experience.
But now, let's try the calm method together. First, pause quietly for 3 seconds and breathe slowly before opening your mouth to answer.
Then answer simply and carefully, like this. I wanted a healthier environment and new opportunities to grow professionally. Calm, short, and respectful.
Wow, notice how strong that answer sounds. It protects your privacy while still sounding intelligent, mature, and emotionally balanced during a difficult conversation.
Pause and answer with us now. Imagine somebody asks, "Why are you single right now?" Okay. Think calmly before answering, naturally.
You do not need to explain painful memories, relationship problems, or personal emotional stories immediately to another person during casual social conversations.
Instead, you can smile softly and say, right now I'm focusing on myself and enjoying my personal growth journey. That sounds peaceful and confident.
Repeat after me slowly. Right now, I'm focusing on myself. Excellent work. Your English sounds calmer already because you are controlling emotional pressure better now.
Hmm. Let's practice another important skill today. This one helps when people ask uncomfortable questions that feel too personal or emotionally heavy inside.
Many learners think they must answer every question completely, but actually, healthy communication includes respectful boundaries and emotionally safe choices too.
For example, a coworker asks, "How much money do you make every month?" Honestly, many people would feel uncomfortable answering that question directly.
But instead of panicking or over explaining nervously, you can answer warmly and naturally without sharing private details about your personal finances or stress.
For example, enough to survive and buy coffee sometimes." That answer feels light, relaxed, and socially comfortable during casual workplace conversations.
Or maybe you can say, I try not to think about money too much after work, honestly. That sounds natural and emotionally balanced too.
You know, confidence grows when you realize you always have choices during conversations. You're never trapped emotionally inside uncomfortable speaking situations.
Hmm. Now let's try a small street conversation role play together. Imagine a friendly neighbor stops you while walking home during the evening after work.
The neighbor smiles and asks, "Why do you always stay home lately?" Okay. Zara, show us a calm and balanced answer.
I might say, honestly, I've been enjoying quiet evenings recently because they help me relax and recharge after busy days. Very calm and natural.
Exactly. That answer feels warm and human without becoming emotionally overwhelming or deeply personal during a simple neighborhood conversation outside your apartment building.
Hmm. Now let's practice speaking confidence with your voice, too. Nervous speakers often speak too quickly because fear pushes their words outside emotionally.
But calm speakers usually slow down slightly, breathe naturally, and allow small pauses during conversations without feeling embarrassed or emotionally unsafe inside.
Repeat after me slowly and clearly. I do not need to rush my words. Excellent. Now say, slow speaking can still sound confident.
Beautiful. Your voice sounds more grounded already, and grounded speaking creates stronger connection than fast, nervous talking filled with emotional pressure.
Okay, now let's try a small real-life situation together. Imagine you're at a small party and someone asks, tell me about yourself. Stressful, right?
Many learners panic during this question because they think they must describe their entire personality, history, dreams, and life story immediately to strangers.
But actually, simple introductions usually sound more confident. You can answer calmly with only 2 or 3 relaxed pieces of information about yourself.
For example, "I enjoy learning English, drinking good coffee, and spending quiet time with close friends." That already sounds interesting and natural.
Notice something important again. You are sharing enough to connect with people, but not so much that you feel emotionally exposed afterward.
And honestly, when you stop oversharing, people often become more curious about you naturally because your energy feels calm and emotionally balanced.
Hmm. Confidence is not becoming louder or more dramatic during conversations. Confidence is feeling peaceful while speaking honestly and comfortably with other people.
And every time you protect your emotional energy while communicating clearly, your brain slowly begins trusting your English speaking abilities much more deeply.
Before we finish this part, let's practice one final sentence together because this sentence can truly change your conversations and confidence over time.
Repeat after us slowly. "I can be friendly without sharing everything." Excellent work, everyone. That sentence carries real emotional strength and peaceful communication energy.
Keep practicing these calm speaking habits little by little every day because small changes create powerful confidence inside your English journey over time.
And trust us, future conversations will begin feeling lighter, safer, and more natural when you stop carrying emotional pressure inside every single interaction.
Hmm. Now let's move into real life speaking situations together because this is where your new communication habits become natural and comfortable every day.
Yeah, learning phrases is helpful, but using them naturally during real conversations is what truly builds long-term speaking confidence and emotional control.
You know, many learners sound very different during practice compared to real life because emotions suddenly become stronger around other people socially.
But today, we will slow everything down together, step by step, so your brain can practice calm communication inside realistic everyday situations, naturally and safely.
Okay, imagine this first situation carefully. You are inside a coffee shop waiting for your drink, and another customer starts a friendly conversation casually.
The person smiles warmly and asks, "So, are you from around here?" Simple question, but many learners suddenly become nervous during moments like this.
Maybe your brain starts thinking too much immediately. You wonder about grammar mistakes, pronunciation problems, and whether your answer sounds interesting enough socially.
Then, nervousness pushes you into talking too much because silence feels uncomfortable and emotionally risky around strangers during casual conversations in public places.
But now you have better tools. You can answer calmly and naturally without sharing your entire personal history with someone you just met.
For example, actually, I moved here last year and I'm still exploring the city slowly. Short, friendly, and emotionally balanced communication.
Then maybe you ask gently, "Do you enjoy living here?" Notice how the conversation becomes shared instead of emotionally heavy for only one person.
Repeat after me slowly. I'm still exploring the city slowly. Excellent. Your voice sounds softer and more confident when your sentences stay calm and simple.
Hmm. Now let's move to another situation many learners experience often. This one happens inside workplaces and professional environments during small conversations with coworkers.
Imagine your coworker asks, "Why were you absent yesterday?" Maybe your first emotional reaction is explaining every detail about your difficult, stressful day.
But remember something important. Professional conversations usually sound stronger when answers stay respectful, simple, and emotionally controlled instead of deeply personal or dramatic.
So instead, you might say, I needed some personal time yesterday, but everything is okay now. Calm, respectful, and completely natural sounding.
Wow. Notice how mature that answer feels. It creates healthy boundaries while still sounding warm and socially comfortable inside professional communication environments.
You know, emotionally balanced speaking often makes people trust you more because your energy feels peaceful, stable, and confident during conversations together.
Pause for a moment and imagine yourself speaking like this next week at work, school, or even during random conversations outside with strangers.
Imagine feeling less pressure inside your chest because you no longer believe every conversation needs perfect answers or deeply emotional explanations from you.
Now let's practice another real-life situation together. Imagine you are riding an elevator with classmates after a long, difficult school day.
One classmate asks, "Are you okay? You look stressed today." Okay, Zara, how would you answer naturally and calmly in this situation?
I might smile softly and say, "Yeah, today was a little busy, but I'm trying to relax now." Simple, human, and emotionally balanced communication.
Exactly. That answer feels honest without opening every emotional door inside your private life during a short elevator conversation after school or work.
Many learners think confidence means giving impressive answers, but actually, people usually remember calm energy more than complicated words or dramatic stories.
And honestly, calm speakers often sound more fluent because they are not fighting emotional pressure while trying to communicate with other people naturally.
Repeat after me slowly. Simple answers can still feel powerful. Very good. Now say, "I can stay calm during conversations."
Beautiful work, everyone. Your speaking rhythm becomes smoother when your mind feels emotionally safer and less pressured during social interactions with people.
Okay, now let's practice what happens when conversations become awkward or uncomfortable suddenly, because this happens to everyone sometimes during real life.
Maybe someone asks a question that feels too personal, too emotional, or simply too uncomfortable for the moment and relationship you currently have together.
Many nervous learners freeze completely or begin over-explaining emotionally because they do not know how to protect themselves politely during uncomfortable conversations.
But now you can use soft boundary phrases that sound respectful while protecting your emotional comfort and personal information at the same time naturally.
For example, imagine somebody asks, "Why don't you talk to your family often?" That question could feel emotionally heavy for many people inside.
Instead of panicking, you might answer calmly, family relationships can be complicated sometimes, but I'm doing my best. Very natural and balanced.
Wow, notice how that answer feels human, honest, and emotionally safe without becoming overwhelming or deeply painful during casual social conversations with other people.
And remember, you are allowed to protect sensitive parts of your life while still sounding kind, respectful, and emotionally open enough for healthy communication.
Now let's practice speaking flow together with a small role play between friends meeting outside after several busy weeks apart from each other.
Imagine your friend asks, "So, what's new in your life lately?" Many learners suddenly feel pressure giving exciting, dramatic answers immediately.
But simple speaking sounds beautiful too. You can say, "Honestly, life has been pretty quiet lately, and I've been enjoying slower, peaceful days."
Then maybe continue naturally with, "What about you? Anything exciting happening recently?" Now the conversation flows comfortably between both people again.
You know, balanced communication creates emotional space for connection. You are listening, sharing carefully, and allowing conversations to breathe naturally without pressure.
And this is exactly why confident people often seem relaxed during conversations. They are not trying to prove their worth through endless talking or explaining.
Hmm. Before we finish this part, let's do one final speaking challenge together. Imagine someone asks, "Tell me something interesting about yourself."
Pause for 3 seconds first. Breathe slowly, then answer with only one or two calm ideas instead of sharing everything emotionally all at once.
Maybe you say, I really enjoy quiet mornings, good music, and learning new things slowly. Honestly, that already sounds warm and interesting naturally.
Wow, yes, that answer feels peaceful, confident, and human because you are speaking from comfort instead of nervous emotional pressure and social fear.
Keep practicing these calm speaking habits during small daily interactions because real confidence grows quietly through repeated peaceful communication experiences over time.
And little by little, your English conversations will begin feeling lighter, more natural, and emotionally healthier than ever before in your speaking journey.
We are almost at the end of today's episode together. And honestly, I hope your heart feels a little lighter right now already.
Yeah, because today was never only about English speaking. It was also about emotional peace, confidence, and learning healthier communication habits for daily life.
You know, many learners spend years believing they must speak perfectly, explain everything clearly, and impress everyone around them during conversations constantly.
But actually, the strongest communicators often sound calm, simple, warm, and emotionally balanced instead of loud, dramatic, or endlessly talkative around other people.
Maybe before this episode, you felt pressure during every conversation because silence made you uncomfortable and emotional oversharing felt impossible to control naturally.
Maybe after conversations ended, you replayed every sentence inside your mind and felt embarrassed, exhausted, or emotionally exposed afterward for many hours.
But today, something important changed inside you little by little. You learned that calm communication is possible, even with simple English and small vocabulary.
And more importantly, you learn that your value does not depend on giving endless explanations to strangers, coworkers, classmates, or people around you socially.
Repeat after me slowly one last time today. I can speak calmly and confidently. Excellent. Now say, "I do not need to share everything."
Hmm. Beautiful work, everyone. Those sentences are not only English practice anymore, they are becoming part of your new communication identity, slowly and naturally.
You know, confidence grows quietly. Sometimes the biggest change happens inside small, everyday moments nobody else even notices around you during normal life.
Maybe next week someone asks a personal question, and instead of panicking emotionally, you pause calmly and answer with peaceful confidence for the first time.
Maybe during lunch at work, you stop forcing conversations and simply enjoy listening comfortably without feeling pressure to constantly prove yourself through talking.
Or maybe you finally walk away from a conversation feeling emotionally relaxed instead of mentally exhausted because you protected your energy in a healthy way.
That is real progress. Real confidence is not becoming a different person completely. It is feeling safer and calmer while still being yourself naturally.
And honestly, your English improves faster too when your emotions feel calmer because your brain stops fighting fear during communication with other people daily.
Think about this carefully for one quiet moment today. How many times did you speak too much only because you feared uncomfortable silence emotionally?
Hmm. Many people do this every day, especially sensitive learners who deeply want connection, acceptance, friendship, and understanding from people around them socially.
But now you understand something powerful. Silence is not always rejection. Short answers are not always weakness. Calm speaking can still create beautiful human connection.
And when you stop trying to earn acceptance through endless explaining, your conversations begin feeling more natural, balanced, and emotionally healthy over time.
Okay, let's do one final imagination exercise together before we finish today's episode. Close your eyes for a moment, if possible, right now, comfortably.
Imagine yourself 6 months from today, walking confidently into a coffee shop, workplace, classroom, or social event while feeling emotionally calm inside your body.
Imagine somebody asking you a question, and instead of panic, your mind stays peaceful because you trust your speaking abilities more deeply now.
You smile softly, pause naturally, and answer clearly without emotional rushing. Your voice sounds slower, warmer, and more grounded than before during conversations.
Notice how good that feeling is. Not perfect, not dramatic, just calm, balanced, natural, and emotionally safe while speaking English with other people.
That version of you is already growing quietly right now through every small practice moment, every calm answer, and every healthier communication choice you make.
You know, language learning is deeply emotional sometimes. Many learners think they only need vocabulary and grammar, but emotional safety matters too.
Because when your heart feels unsafe, your words become rushed and emotionally heavy. But when your heart feels calm, your English becomes clearer naturally.
Please remember this after today. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to speak simply. You are allowed to protect your peace.
And you are absolutely allowed to sound human while learning English slowly, naturally, and imperfectly during this beautiful communication journey you are experiencing now.
Repeat after us slowly one final time. My voice matters. Excellent. Now say, I can communicate calmly and naturally in English.
Hmm. Honestly, hearing those words together feels powerful because confidence begins with small beliefs repeated gently over time inside your daily thinking patterns.
Before we finish, we want to hear from you in the comments today because your experiences and feelings truly matter deeply to this community.
So here is today's question for everyone listening carefully right now. When was the last time you shared too much during a conversation emotionally?
And what small, calm sentence would you like to use instead next time? Write your answer slowly and proudly in the comments below today.
Remember, this is a safe place for learning, mistakes, growth, and honest human connection while building stronger English speaking confidence together, step by step.
If today's episode helped your heart feel calmer, even a little, please support the channel by liking this video and sharing it with another learner.
And subscribe to English Power Podcast for more slow, clear, emotionally supportive English lessons that help real people speak with natural confidence every single day.
Thank you for spending this peaceful time with us today. We are truly proud of every small step you are taking in your English journey.
Bye, everyone, and we will see you again very soon for another warm and powerful English speaking journey together here on the channel.